Hello, Dark Angel. Okay, so we've got some people coming into the chat now. Okay, let's just go. We're just gonna wait a couple of minutes for people to come in. Get a little bit of music on. Let's see. Yep, Jamie, you got that right. I'm back. We're gonna take on LBJ again. This time I'm not freaking tired and drunk. So we're gonna. I think we're gonna do okay. Alright. I'm not gonna stream as long as I did yesterday, I think. Or if I do, I might stream for a bit now, and then I gotta take care of something personal, and then I'll come back. Oh, we've got Ferd Durgle, aka Salted Awful, in the chat. It's gonna be a fun one. We'll get started here in like 2 more minutes. And while I play, we're going to talk about house races periodically. Senate races as well. Well, actually, no, not so much the Senate races. I'm going to make a brief, like, 1 sentence aside about a Senate race. That's about it. Let's see. Uh-oh, we've got someone in the chat who's in trouble. That's no good. Don't want any trouble happening before the polls close. Okay, Sant Janez is saying, am I going to stream the New Order tomorrow? Probably not. I plan on staying up late, and even if I'm not up late, I just kind of want to take a day to do a couple of personal errands and things. Not errands, they're going to be at the apartment, but probably not going to stream Wednesday, but once we get to Thursday, I'll probably continue to daily stream as well. But yes, today is the big day. Today's the last day that you can vote in the United States. Polls closing in most places at 7 p.m. local. I don't know what it's like here in town. Okay. Alright, I think anybody who's in is going to be in. I'm not expecting to have too many people viewing today. I'm sure that they're all watching election news. Although, from what I was listening to this morning, there wasn't much news. Like, yeah, I was catching up on the news this morning, and a lot of it was just international stuff, especially on the radio. Because it's like, okay, the polls open, and then what? Not a whole lot of news that happens. Okay. Yeah, like for example, now here's some good news. I mean this in the most sarcastic way. Polio might be making a comeback, because polio has, for the most part, been isolated in just a couple areas in Afghanistan and Pakistan. But in the last 4 years, there's been an increase in the spread rate, infection rate, I guess. So if some organizations aren't careful, it's going to break out of Afghanistan and Pakistan, and then we're going to have polio in the world again. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're going to take on LBJ. And then I should have pulled this up earlier. I wanted to pull up some interesting Texas races. Okay. Let's get to it. So, yeah, Johnson whooped my ass pretty bad yesterday, which was quite humbling, especially because I had just come off that 49 state victory. Okay, so again, the modifier for this campaign effect, bigger issues of big government, higher minimum wage, and more money for education. So here's what we're gonna do. You see, look, he already sprints out to a huge lead because, well, first off, he's doing things, but also what makes it one of the things that makes LBJ so strong in this game is because he starts with Texas, because, you know, it's his home state. So obviously I need that as a Republican, and even though I'm starting in Illinois, it's still rough to lose at the beginning. Let's see here. I'm trying to think about what my play is going to be. Let's check the polls. All right. So higher minimum wage is the #1 issue amongst the voters, followed by fighting the Islamic State, securing the borders, reducing the wealth gap, and resettlement of refugees. I thought it said, like, minimum wage, or not minimum wage, like big government was supposed to be a big issue. Maybe it just depends on the different states. Let's see. JB Butterwork says, can I beat FDR in this game? Yes, actually. I think that you should be able to unlock him. I think he's the second to last Democrat that you face, but we have to get to him first. Okay, I'm going to try something different here. Because the key, I think what killed me the last time was I didn't have enough national awareness of my campaign. Obviously, campaign headquarters are one way to do that, but what I think I'm instead going to do is I'm going to create a television ad out of the gate, which is going to be expensive. Actually, I need to choose where okay, yeah. The key is we're gonna make this down in Texas, and we're gonna make a television ad where I'm gonna say I'm in favor of a higher minimum wage. Now, the important thing, it really doesn't matter almost which of these issues I choose, but the good news is it's going to be a +3 national awareness increase. I don't actually know if that's weekly. Yes, Alted Awful. I've been hearing about it for 2 days now, about Lyndon Johnson's enormous Johnson. Let's see. So I think we're not going to see until next time. All right, so right now it looks like I've got 7% of the voters know who I am. Now, if I make a second ad, again, I'm just trying to make sure that I understand how this works. I'm going to say that my opponent opposes a higher minimum wage. And because I have high credibility, this is going to hurt him more than it normally would. So I attack his record. And so now, yeah, that looks like it just gave me a 2% boost all across the country. Good. And already Texas is neutral again. All right. Now the problem is that these ads are expensive. So I'm going to need to do something about that. I need to get some operatives here to reduce my advertising cost as quickly as possible. See, look at that. I'm actually losing money every week right now. So that's obviously a problem. Let's give a speech. I'm going to say that I'm in favor. Oh, I forget. Do speeches have a national effect? Because saying I'm in favor of gun rights would be good to say in Texas, but it's going to hurt me in other states I need if it's a national thing. I think if I want to keep it local, I have to make newspaper ads. Somebody's saying, was it LBJ who passed the Bill of Rights? I think you might be thinking of the Civil Rights Act. By the way, we're listening to some Adrian Von Ziegler again. I decided to go with his harp music, but if you guys want me to play some copyrighted stuff, somebody donate a couple bucks and I'll demonetize the video and be happy to do it. Yeah, JB Butterworth, that car, that was fun stuff. Okay. So let's... Big government... Different to big government. Awareness is down. I'm also losing. Yeah, let's give a speech. Okay, clearly big government is going to be a big part of my plank here. I'm going to, or not big government, the minimum wage. So I'm in favor of the minimum wage. Boom! Just like that, I got a 4% boost. All right, now time to take our usual trip to California to start raising some cash money. All right, so I've got to build. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna do it out here. We're gonna build a campaign. I got to start building some campaign headquarters so that I can get some money coming in. We're gonna get the fashion consultant because I have a couple of television ads out there. So definitely want that. Damn it, we're still losing money every day. That's the problem with Lincoln. He just doesn't have the cash flow. That's his biggest weakness. All right, then I'm going to end this week, and I'll talk about various interesting house races in the country. Or talk about one at a time, maybe. JB Butterworth asks, can you win all 50 states on this, or is it impossible? It is possible. It's hard. I was really pissed when I was facing Clinton and I didn't get California, even though I thought I had locked it up early. But that's just the way it is, and I'm still losing money. Okay, cool. Looks like Texas is very, very securely in my camp. So we're gonna build a campaign headquarters. We're gonna get an advertising guru here because I'm also gonna make an ad in California. Oh shoot, I can't afford it though. Okay, looks like right now Johnson's trying to lock up the Northeast. But we're already doing much better in the polls than we usually do. So let's... Tell you what, where's my... No, I don't need this political operative here. I need the advertising guru. We're going to fly him out to Texas. That's where he can do some good. Okay. We're going to end the turn, and let's talk about some congressional races, shall we? So the first one that I wanted to talk about, wait, where's that, I need to find that, that interesting map of website somebody gave me. Oh, thank you very much. Somebody's donated here. Somebody from Europe watching on an American election day. Interesting. I guess that's why you're watching, huh? It's because you're not watching the election because it doesn't concern you. Anyway, so thank you very much for Infernal 465 euros, who asks, what do I think to maximum spending limits, say 20 million maximum for each candidate? You know, that's kind of tough to say because of course the argument would be the free speech argument, because you're going to have the people who say that money is speech, donations are speech, so there should not be maximums. Of course, maximum donation limits already exist throughout the United States. Oh, those are pounds, excuse me. I probably should look closer. Let me clean my glasses now that I've embarrassed myself. And actually take a good look. So yeah, UK gang represent. So there was already a lot of maximum spending limits there. So there's something to be said about that. I guess if I really had to say, I probably would ultimately say there should not be spending limits, in the same way that I'm also somebody who's not in favor of mandatory voting. Mandatory voting is awesome for getting data. That's why political scientists love Peru and Brazil. They have mandatory voting. So it's terrific for grabbing data when you're studying the elections. But yeah, oh shoot, is the stream crashing? What's happening? What's happening? Oh no. Are we good? Okay. Yeah. So no, Tyler, I'm saying I'm not in favor of mandatory voting. Now, in terms of campaign spending, though, I heard a really interesting thought back in, I want to say, like, February, and I'd never heard it before, and I've never heard of it since. But there was some cities in the United States who were experimenting with, like, these campaign vouchers. And so the way it works is, like, the city government would send you 4 vouchers worth $25 each, and you could donate... you could donate them to political campaigns. So basically, you're giving everybody in the city $100 to spend on the election. So I thought that was very interesting because that really levels the playing field in terms of people being able to donate, because I think your average person definitely would not donate $100. And of course, there's a lot to be said about the corporations and the billionaires who donate a lot of money. But let's say, okay, like I'm gonna look this up because I actually don't know the answer. Okay, biggest campaign donation of 2020. And you see, the tricky part too, though, is that there's also the super PACs. So, what have we got here? I'm just looking up. Okay, biggest federal contributions for 2019-2018 are Sheldon G. and Miriam O. Adelson of Las Vegas. They, I guess, own a drug clinic. They gave it all to Republicans. Total contributions were $183,071,000. $3,071,000 of that was in hard money. Outside money was $180,000. The number 2 biggest donator was Michael Bloomberg, who donated. Geez, he barely made more than half than these two. I've never even heard of these people. Or maybe I have. Is this the mayor of Vegas? Who is this? Businessman, investor, philanthropist, donor. So this is basically a casino owner who's the Republican guy. Okay, and then we've got Michael Bloomberg, who is famous as the former what do you call it? Mayor of New York. He has contributed $107,206,921. Not all of which went to Democrats. That's interesting. Anyway, so that sounds like a lot of money, and obviously it is. But figure there's 350 Americans. You know what? There's children and things like that. Let's round it up to 300 million Americans. If every American gave $1, you've already almost doubled however much these casino owners were able to donate. So if you gave people like those $25 vouchers, it would be interesting. Okay, so wait. Somebody was asking me something. I don't know. Okay, Jasper's asking, have I done a bet on who wins the election? No, but I wish I had. I guess I'll just have bragging rights when I'm correct. Oh, shoot, did I just accidentally skip a whole week? Oh, no. Okay, so Alejandro is saying, how's money free speech? Because it destroys free speech and discourse, because then the money talks and not the arguments. I'm not so sure how much the arguments talk anyway. So, for example, wait a minute. Wait, let me raise some funds here. Hold on a second. Did he put a frickin' heckler here? No. Okay, I saw something wrong. Okay, so like for example, I was talking on yesterday's stream about how I liked to go to all the different websites of the various candidates and just read through their stuff. So my personal favorite, meaning just how well it was designed, website, it's probably not there anymore. I'm trying to find it. Well, dang, she's not running for president anymore, so I guess the website doesn't exist anymore. But Tulsi Gabbard had a very, very good website in terms of organization. This has nothing to do with whether you agree with her or not. I'm just talking about how well it was organized. You would go onto her website, and God, I'm trying to find it. It's probably gone. That would make sense if it was gone. But they had, when you would go onto the site, there would be these square blocks, and you'd have a picture, and then it would say an issue, and you can click on it, and she would have a lot written about it. And then there would be links to related topics, so you could like kind of continue to learn more. And again, this has nothing to do with her agreeing her policies, and I'm just talking about how well organized it was. I don't think anybody would argue that if they knew that like nobody would. I don't think anybody would say that Tulsi Gabbard was a wishy-washy person, except we're gonna get the people who talk about her abstention in that vote, but. she explained herself for her reasoning for that. Anyway, so she clearly had policies and arguments. But what was the only thing you ever saw of her in the campaign was the frickin' oh man, Tulsi Gabbard slams Kamala Harris in debate soundbite or whatever, you know? Okay, so anyway, we're going to... Alright, I already maxed out the building here. So I want to make an ad. We're going to say I'm in favor of fighting the Islamic State. Okay, cool. He's encroaching into the south, but I'm right. Okay, I'm just trying to think of what my team. I haven't talked about any of the House races yet. But yeah, sound bites, I think no matter how much or how little money is in politics, the sound bite is always going to carry you further than talking about arguments. Alright, I'm going to say I am in favor of the environment. Let's also get an advertisement guru here. Okay. Now, I need to go into the Northwest. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, that's Nevada. Okay, here we go. So, I can't be spending all freaking day here in California. What we're going to do, we're just going to fundraise for a while, and then I think we're going to go to Pennsylvania to make a... Wait, do I want to rock Pennsylvania or Ohio? No, we're going to go to Ohio, and we're going to start building some headquarters out there. Okay, so anyway, I was going to talk about some house races. Oh, yeah. So I was going to talk about a woman who, two women actually, whose races have absolutely plastered the airwaves in my hometown and where I live. So I live in El Paso, Texas, which is the very, very tip here, and I guess it's a media market thing where we get a lot of ads for New Mexico politicians. In fact, I would, without hesitation, say we've gotten way more ads for New Mexico races than we have for the presidential ones, much less Texas races. And there is a race for the New Mexico 2nd District, which is it's like a lot of southern New Mexico, like Roswell and stuff. Carlsbad, and that is currently held by a freshman congresswoman known as Xochitl Torres Small. She first was elected in that blue wave in 2018. Very close race. It was only like 4,000 votes, and she beat this woman Yvette Harrell, who is the local Republican. And Yvette Harrell, that is, used to represent District 51 in the New Mexico House of Representatives. So they're having a rematch. Actually, let me exactly look up this margin of victory here. So yeah, the margin of victory was... Let me get the calculator out. Give me a second. Okay. So... Xochitl Torres Small in 2018 got 101,489 votes. Yvette Harrell got 97,767 votes. The margin of victory was 50.9% to 49.1%. Vote difference of 3,722. Remember that next time somebody tells you your votes don't count. Frickin' my high school had more people who lived there than that, or who were there than that. So they're having a rematch, and this fight has gotten so dirty. The ads have been plastering the airwaves for over a year now, and that was because Xochitl Torres Small was in favor of the Trump impeachment. So super PACs from all over the country have been donating to her race. Now, if you want to talk about an argument about money in politics, like should it be legal to donate to races that you can't vote in, that would be something else entirely. because I know that that's a thing here in Texas where they keep running the Democrats keep running people who have nationwide appeal, and then the money pours in. But it's like, why are, you could kind of make the argument, why can money from California and from New York, why can that influence a Texas race when none of those people who are donating the money are going to be allowed to vote in that election? So that might be an argument you want to look for. So anyway, so Xochitl Torres Small, Yvette Harrell and a bunch of super PACs have just been absolutely slamming her, and really it's become a referendum on Nancy Pelosi, because they're trying to create this narrative that Xochitl Torres Small is in the pocket of Nancy Pelosi, when in reality, when you look at her voting record, she's one of the most conservative Democrats in the Congress, which you need to be if you're going to be a Democratic congresswoman from rural New Mexico. I'm not saying whether I support her or not, I'm just talking about the realities of her situation. Having said that, the state of New Mexico is going to go blue, just throwing that out there, but I'm talking about her district specifically. So that is a race that I'm really, really interested in, because even though there's a lot of money being spent on trying to flip the seat back to Republican, there's not actually been too much polling, and the little bit of polling that I have seen still shows it in virtually a tie. So the, you know what, I'm still need to find, I completely forgot to pull up that housing map thing. Give me a second here, guys. I need to go to my, what was it? Not the Senate predictions video. I need to find my presidential prediction video. Give me a second. Sorry. Okay, what the hell? Here it is, from 2 days ago. Okay, so the website I'm looking for is yapms.com. Yapums or something. Okay, national election. Look at the House races so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Yeah, that's that is a good point, Dean Hunter. But what I'm just saying is, like, you know, that's, you're talking about the arguments. It's what's the reality, what's the perception. Okay, so the race that I am talking about. Dang it, get over here. Yeah, so this is a map of all the houses in frickin' the United States. I'm not gonna go over all of these. Absolutely not. So what's going to be interesting, though, so the second district, the one I'm talking about, is this one. So it's currently held by Xochitl Torres Small. And, yeah, it's a question of, on the one hand, I think that Biden is going to take the state, and there is something to be said about the wave, about the momentum of whoever's going to win at the executive level carrying something forward to the down-ballot races. But on the other hand, the Republicans have been, Republican and conservative super PACs have been dumping millions and millions of dollars into this particular House race. So I really don't know which way it's going to go. If I had to say, I'm going to say that Xochitl Torres Small retains it, because she's the incumbent, so she has incumbency advantage. I think Biden's going to win the state, so there's going to be people who vote straight ticket. That's going to help her a little bit. And then also, I think that people just, like this Herrera woman, it's difficult to find out what she actually stands for at all. Now, admittedly, I haven't looked too into the race myself because I don't live there, so what's the point in me researching them too much when I've got, you know, races at home that I need to be researching. But like, every Herrera or Yvette, every Yvette ad is just bashing Xochitl Torres Small, and then Xochitl Torres Small's ads are about what her personal policies are. So nobody know, like, how am I supposed to know what Yvette believes in? Anyway. Oh, you guys are trying to find what this map is? So this map is on YMap yapums.com. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? Just give me a second. I think my phone's going off in the other room. Okay, but anyway, so that's one house race that I wanted to talk about. Anyway, so you guys, so I've been noticing a lot of questions in the chat regarding what do you call it? California housing prices and things like that. I don't know. I don't live in California. I've never lived in California, so couldn't comment on those sorts of things. Now, where did all my money go? Gotta waste a freaking week doing this now. Let's get a spin doctor here in Ohio. And then the spin doctor's gonna go 1-2, Princess Neil bit for you. That's what I said now. Okay, yeah, we're having some problems in the Northeast. Okay, I don't know why it says Texas is purple. I have an enormous lead there. Same thing in California. The game's trying to bullshit me. Oh, I need to get more money. Okay, in a couple of weeks, though, I'll be able to get Teddy. You know what? I think actually we need to go into the south. We're going to have to go out to Georgia. So let me try to get to about, like, $2 million bucks. Or not 2 million. That's close enough. Right, we're going to come out here. We're going to get ourselves... not a spin doctor, but I got a awareness. Awareness is the name of the game. Nice. So we're gonna go for Teddy Roosevelt again. Okay. So let's build ourselves a headquarters here. Yeah, my awareness in the state is very low. I need to fix that. Let's get an intimidator, maybe? No. Spin doctor. And I'll go ahead and make an ad. I'm going to say my opponent opposes Zika funding. Boy, that kind of dates the game, doesn't it? How am I doing in the polls? Ah, it's getting worse. What the hell? Yeah. But I haven't really looked too much into what's going on across the nation right now. Because any news there's going to be is mostly going to be a local issue. So, for example, got a donation here from Full Metal 485. $5 from him. Thank you very much. Into the cognac glass with that. California, who says, Californian here, please, Xi Jinping, annex us. Oh, Wilson's 1998. Y'all know I don't discuss those sorts of things, who I personally voted for. But I voted a couple of weeks ago. I voted on the third day of early voting because I didn't want to go on the first day because I knew there was going to be a rush, and then I knew the second day would also be a rush because it would be the people who forgot when the first day was, and they had a friend or a family member said, "Hey, did you go vote?" And went, "Oh crap, that's right, it started." So I went on the third day, and literally in the time that took for me to go from my apartment to driving to my polling place to voting to getting back to my apartment was 13 minutes. So California getting annexed by China, I smell a Hearts of Iron 4 campaign request. Anyway. Oh yeah, I've run out of things to do on my turn, so let's stop there. Candidate Lincoln still trailing in the polls. Oh yeah, big time. Bigly trailing is what I meant to say. But you know, again, the name of the game is we got to get awareness out there. Oh man, why is Pennsylvania so blue? Okay, what are we gonna do here? How much money you got, Virginia? Oh, that was disgusting. Only $79,000? Please. Oh, New York is not going my way, not even a little bit. Okay, let's come back down here to California. We're going to build that the high-end headquarters. Let's go ahead and get television ad going. I'm going to say that I'm in favor. Oh, I don't have the money. Where's the money, honey? Okay, I can't afford the advertising guru. Give me a second. Now we can do that. Oh, I haven't been getting any endorsements. Shoot. Okay. Damn it, he got the National Foreign Policy Committee. That's what I needed. It's so hard to win without it. Oh, man. Damn it. Okay, let's go to... Whoa, the Democrats are going to steal Illinois from me. I don't like that. Okay, let's get a consulting office going. Wait. No, I needed the outreach center. That's what I needed. I just screwed that up big time. I'm going to lose this. Okay, yeah, so let me end this turn, and then I'll talk about some other interesting... oh, I got extra max stamina, so... At least something in the world is going my way. Let's come to... Let's see, how bad is it in Pennsylvania? You know what? It might be because my awareness is so low. Maybe I can still come in here and make some magic happen. So I wanted the outreach center. We're going to get a smear merchant in here. Look at that. We've already got a 3-point swing. That doesn't mean much, though. Let's check these polls. I'm getting him back in it, but how is he taking so much of the Midwest? John Bauer is saying, what are my thoughts on Puerto Rican statehood? Well, I don't live there, but let's just say I am in favor of... Then again, I don't really want to take a political view on it. Well, yeah, no, I'm trying to hide my stuff. So here's what I'll say. We're just talking academically. I would say that Puerto Rico's statehood has become a big topic in the last few years. And even the most leftist Democrat would be lying to themselves if they didn't say that a big part of that is so that they could get a couple more... they could get a... Oh, I've upset Salted Awful. So he's awful salty. So I would argue that even the most leftist Democrat would be lying to themselves if they didn't say the reason that they want Puerto Rico, part of the reason at least that they want Puerto Rican statehood is so they can get another couple of senators, because they definitely would vote in 2 Democratic senators. Same thing with Washington, D.C. If Washington, D.C. got statehood, they would get a couple of Democratic senators. There is, Puerto Rico politics, it's not really as well understood as what's going on in the continental United States. So, for example, I think most people would assume that your average Puerto Rican is not a fan of Donald Trump, and yet the governor, Vasquez, hold on, somebody's calling me. No, not right now. So she endorsed President Trump. But she's somebody who is for statehood, which I would think President Trump is not. Let's see here. Let's see. Salted Awful says, what about Puerto Rican supremacy? They are the Ubermensch and have the divine right to rule. This is also an excellent point. Those of you who have followed my Kaiserreich stuff, I don't think they've patched it out yet that Puerto Rico is an independent country, and I've always said there should be an achievement where, as Puerto Rico, you take control of Rome, as in Rome, Italy, as in the city that all roads lead to, and you'll get an achievement called "It's pronounced rum" because Puerto Rican rum. Puerto Rico's rightful UK, Clay. What? This is the first I've heard of this. Somebody else is also saying, Ryan Newsom asks, do you think we will actually know who wins the election tonight, or it'll take a few days or a week? The estimates I've been seeing are that it might take up until the 20th. So Puerto Rico ended up getting its own focus tree, says Jamie Butterworth. Oh, okay. So pretty cool. But oh yeah, so I think I don't think it's gonna get called. But there are gonna be certain states that if you're looking at a margin of victory, you're gonna kind of know what's gonna happen. So for example, if Joe Biden takes Florida or North Carolina or Georgia, if you're somebody who's just staying up to see who's gonna win, go ahead and go to sleep. It's over. Now, from what I've been hearing regarding because every state has its own electoral counting laws and stuff in regards to how are they going to deal with early voting, absentee ballots, mail-in ballots, etc. I don't think Michigan or Pennsylvania are going to get called tonight, especially not Pennsylvania. But like if Biden won North Carolina, he's definitely won Pennsylvania as well. Texas also. If Texas gets called, go to sleep, and also go get a lotto ticket because the odds are getting really crazy in the world. So, yeah, go buy a lotto ticket and then go home and go to sleep. Let's see here. Puerto Rico is Mongolian de jour. There's a nat pop version of Puerto Rico you can do in Kaiserreich. I have got to get on this. I haven't heard of this. Was this in the latest patch? Huh. Anyway, so that's enough talking about that. We were going to... I don't think a consultant's going to help me. Where am I again? I'm in Pennsylvania. What am I gonna do here? I'm getting my ass kicked. I just need to keep upgrading this outreach center, and maybe I can get a key endorsement in the last couple weeks. But I think I'm gonna lose again. It's just so hard because with Johnson, he starts with fucking Texas, and I've lost California. He starts with fucking Texas, and so then I gotta spend time trying to switch it back, and so then he goes all over the goddamn country, flipping everybody blue. He's tough. In fact, I think he's going to be tougher than Woodrow Wilson, because I think Woodrow Wilson is who you take on after him, just because of the Texas thing. Pennsylvania's not going to flip. Oh, man. Yeah, let's just speed this up. I'm going to lose. I probably should actually look up some tips and maybe learn how to play this freaking game that came out 4 years ago. Let's see. Salted Awful says, let's split both Cali and Texas into 5 states, like those Silicon Valley dorks wanted to do a couple of years ago. Just for funsies more than anything. There is a lot of fun versions of states I've seen. Let's see. All proposed states map. I'm going to try to find a... I'm going to try to find this interesting map I once saw where it was... what the United States would look like if every single proposed state ever had been created. Of course, there's going to be overlap stuff there, so you got to kind of pick and choose. But I'm hoping to find a map that shows something that was once proposed for El Paso, which I thought was really interesting. Hold on. Look at this image here. No, domain is expired. Give me a second, guys. Is it this one? No. Having a little trouble here, guys. Oh, I think this was one. Nope, it's too small. Ah, screw it, never mind. But basically, it was going to be a state called Rio Grande, where it would be mostly along the Rio Grande. And so El Paso would have been the state capital, of course. It would have gone a little bit east. Because basically the thing is, when you live in El Paso, once you start driving east, there's nothing there until you hit until you hit San Antonio and Austin. Oh, do we have Penn Kitten in the chat? Yeah, Eastern Washington wants to break away from Washington. Doesn't everybody? I'm sure that most of Oregon wants to break away from Portland, you know? El Paso's where Breaking Bad took place? No, except for that one episode where the guy got his head cut off. No, that was up in the 50 Filthy, Albuquerque. So yeah, the proposed state would have been like a chunk of East Texas here, and then a lot of it was New Mexico, and then kind of up here into Colorado a little bit, and it was going to get called Rio Grande. And of course, El Paso would have, every El Pasoan ever told about it loves the idea, because El Paso would have easily been the biggest city in that proposed state. And you see, yep, Salted Awful's talking about how El Paso should just be given to the New Mexicans, but I'm not so sure that the New Mexicans want us right now. In fact, Las Cruces, which is right over the border, is extremely pissed at us right now, because El Paso travel and the commuters that go back and forth in there is creating the I think the highest COVID per capita concentration in the state, so they're not very happy with us about that. Oh, Dean, yeah, if you can find that site, let me know. El Paso should just be its own state. Nobody gives a shit about us anyway. Could break away and nobody would care. Texas would wave goodbye. It would be what's in Willy Wonka. Just, no, stop, don't, please. No, that's how Texas would treat it if we left. Okay. Anyway, I'm supposed to be playing the game. So let's get an endorsement. Wow, he has bought up every goddamn endorsement, it seems. I'm not so sure. These are the 3 worst ones! The Christian Confederacy, Tea Party movement, and Chamber of Business, except for the big government thing. None of these... Oh, man. I guess let's try to place our faith in the Tea Party. It's going to make it worse, isn't it? How did that turn Alabama and Mississippi blue? Yeah. Salted Awful with the amazing take that El Paso is the tree beard of Texas. I'm on nobody's side because nobody's on my side. John Bauer, the New Order streams will resume on Thursday. Yeah, I'm so screwed. What are the polls like? Yeah, it got worse! I knew I got the Tea Party and it got worse because now the Democrats don't like me as much, and I was trying to get a little bit of crossover appeal. Fuck! Johnson whooping my fucking ass. Alright, let's give a speech. My opponent favors the Islamic State. Wait. Did I just help him? What's going on? If Virginia's purple. Can't afford any operatives. Yeah, okay, so it looks like going with the ads early didn't really help either. Alright, let's give a speech, maybe this time where I don't help my opponent. I'm going to say my opponent opposes fighting the Islamic State. There we go, 2% in my favor. I don't see the path to victory, guys. It's just not there. Florida's too far gone. Pennsylvania swung away from me. He's just kicking my freaking ass. And yet it says he only has like 2 million more of the popular vote. Interesting. Try to get another endorsement. Chamber of Business. Okay, wow, cool. That moved Alabama into the maybe column for me. Yeah, LBJ's big penis. It's too powerful. We need a patch. We need to patch this 4-year-old game. Maybe I'll get lucky and an interview will pop up somewhere. I don't see him though. That's a good point, Dean Hunter. I probably should just get the endorsements first next time. Oh, but you know what? Because we got some donations and I said I would do it, let's do some non-copyrighted music. Let's do some Gabriel's Oboe from Morricone. As I make my way to heaven, as I die in this election. This is performed by Henrik Chaim Goldschmidt, by the way. This is gonna be, this is my memoriam song for Lincoln. Sorry, it's a little ear rapey, guys. I'll put it down. Alright. Wait, political opportunity in Florida. This could turn it all around. Money Man! Could have used that 20 weeks ago. Let's see. So Salted Awful is asking, what are my top 500 pieces of Morricone's work? I'll see you later, Sir41. Boy, that sounds like an awfully ridiculous question, Salted Awful. How is somebody supposed to know 500 pieces of music? I'm just kidding, of course. Yeah, let's try to take Minnesota. Sure, why not? Make a big speech in favor of election integrity, and then another big speech saying my opponent's against money for education. Can we slap an operative down here? How about an intimidator? Who am I kidding? Down to the wire. I've actually kind of crawled back into it, funnily enough. You know what? Let's create a couple big media ad blitz here at the end. I'm going to say I'm in favor of farm subsidies. Maybe that'll help me in the Midwest. And then my opponent is against them. And I'm also going to make one final push saying I'm in favor of increasing the size of the minimum wage. Yeah, I've already been doing tons of smear merchants and stuff. That's why they're so expensive. I can't afford them anymore. Gonna get another intimidator here in Minnesota. Hey, that got me over the 200 mark for the first time. And I'm gonna go slap myself down in Pennsylvania, I think. I don't have money to leave Minnesota. This is where my campaign ends. Right as the music did. Great. Here we go. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. And I'm getting fucking slaughtered. Can I at least get Pennsylvania people? Got Virginia! Oh, he took North Carolina and South Carolina. What the F? And there goes Pennsylvania. It's over. It's over, people. Because he's got California waiting for him on the West Coast. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Can we at least stop him from hitting 270 before he's crossed the Mississippi? Can I at least get that much of a blessing? Hey, look at that. We made it to Texas. At least we took that back. That's something, right? Wait a minute. Oh, I was getting excited because we were heading to Nebraska. I thought, oh, shoot, did we take the Midwest back? And I didn't realize? No. Yeah, it's going to be over here in a second. 270 is the magic number. We took Idaho, and Oregon is game. That's game. Yeah, F's in chat and whatnot. Can I get a rip in peace to Lincoln? Oh, man. That sucks. I used more political capital, and I spent more money, and I still lost. Yeah, I know, Dean. I gotta get those early endorsements. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again one more time. I don't know, but we need something to turn it around. Turn around how we internally feel. Actually, you know what I might do? So I need to take care of something personal here. So here's what we're gonna do. I did say I'm going to talk about some house races, and I think I've only talked about the one. So I wanted to, in case I don't stream again later, because I might go to sleep, and then I'm going to be busy at night, is I'm going to talk about a local Texas race that I think is going to be the key to the Republican Party's future in Texas. Somebody's saying, carball, 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 carball. Please do not spam the chat. Don't make me kick you, dude. I'm gonna fucking kick you, Bonnie. Stop it. Anyway, I need to look up which one it is. Shelley Luther. Okay. Yet another political map simulators. That's what it's called. Okay, Carball, you didn't want to stop. You're out. There we go. So I wanted to... Okay, state legislatures. We wanted to look at the upper legislature of Texas. So the race that I'm talking about is... I think it's this one? You know what? Let me double check that. Hold on a second. Shelley Luther Senate race. So basically, what's going on in North Texas right now is there is a race. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Between a woman named Shelley Luther and the state representative Drew Springer, who are running for the Texas Senate. Now, this is a runoff election, because a runoff to a special election, where it was because the local state senator Pat Fallon retired. Hold on a second, let me turn this music down. Okay, so Shelley Luther is a name that you may have heard before, because she was the Dallas salon owner who was put into jail earlier this year for a few hours because she refused to close her hair salon under Governor Greg Abbott's coronavirus restrictions. And so there's been a lot of tension between the two of them. Because Springer is kind of he's the classic Republican. He's the establishment Republican. There was also a Democrat who ran the race, but he got his ass kicked, so he's not relevant. Let's see, it's District 30. Is this District 30? I wish there was a thing that showed the names of them. That would kind of help a little bit. Why is everybody spamming Jeb in the chat? Did I miss something? Anyway, but the thing with this race is there's basically nothing. They're not really talking about COVID too much. Interestingly enough, it's more about like Springer was working for a tax consulting firm while he was also on the state's House Ways and Means Committee. And of course, Luther doesn't really have any. Well, yeah, kind of the big thing with Springer, what Springer's saying to Luther is that she doesn't have any GOP primary voting history, so he's basically saying that she's not actually conservative, she's just faking it, which you could kind of almost understand, because there's certain parts of Texas you're not going to win unless you have the R next to your name, and the same thing in a lot of other parts of Texas and then across the country. You're not going to win if you don't have the D next to your name. What's this? Jamie Butterworth is saying, reject Trump, embrace Jeb. Uh-oh. Are we going to see... Are my predictions going to be wrong and Jeb's going to win all 50 states on the write-in campaign tonight? The secrets the polls won't tell you. So this Springer woman, she is, I think, almost entirely self-financing her campaign because she got a ton of money from all over the country supporting her when she got thrown into jail over the thing. And incidentally, because she's somebody on the right and she's not liking Greg Abbott because of how he's been acting with COVID, and there's a lot of people on the left who aren't either, I think that Greg Abbott should be thanking his lucky stars every single day that he is not up for election this year, because I think he almost certainly would be kicked out because he's just pissing off everybody because of his middle-of-the-road response to COVID. Which is really interesting because I think earlier this year he was actually either the first or the second highest governor in terms of popularity in the country. I think he was only behind Ohio's governor, maybe. Yep, the cult of Jeb is out in full force in the chat tonight, or today. Time's weird to understand. But I wanted to pull... So here's a fun thing with Shelley Luther. So this is her website. And I will admit, because she has so much money, especially for somebody who's just running for a Senate seat in like a state, it's not exactly... she's not running for senator of like Texas. She's running for the Texas Senate. There's a difference. She's actually giving out yard signs for free, and I will admit that I did ask for one. I did fill out the form to have one sent to me. I don't think they're going to send one because I had to give my address so that they could ship it, and they're going to probably see that I am several hundred miles away from the district. So I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be a fun little piece of history whether she wins or not. But like if you look at her, this is very much it's essentially, let's call them, I don't know, for lack of a better word, Trump-style Republicans against more like establishment Republicans. And we're going to kind of see where the state is going in this race, because this is somebody who has no political experience whatsoever. We were talking about the issues earlier. Every single one of her issues, I'm not saying whether I agree with any of them or not, but they're basically just one or two sentences each. And there's not a whole lot going on here. And then it's like, some of this stuff, it's a little... Like, why is a state senator talking about transgender ideology? Kind of a, not really something that usually comes up on a state legislature. So this is really basically a style of Republican that's being voted for here in this particular seat. So I think the way that this goes is going to be really emblematic of Republicans going forward after 2016 in Texas and potentially the country as a whole. And and nobody cares because it's all about the Jeb. It's the Jeb cult of personality has completely taken over my chat. It's like, where's the yellow button to click here? Where do we turn Texas yellow for Jeb? Let's see here. Get a Biden and Trump sign, put them up next to each other, and break the simulation. Okay, so I'm about to get going here, guys, but what was a funny thing, I saw recently, Halloween's over now, but I saw this one lawn in a suburban area where they had all this scary, they had all their Halloween decorations out, but they also had a Biden-Harris sign, and I thought, do they actually support Biden and Harris, or is it like a joke where it's... we're going to put all these scary things on our lawn and also a Biden and Harris sign because they're scared about it. And I've spent way too much time thinking about that lawn. Like, I almost wanted to knock on the door. Like, hey, are you doing like a bit? Or do you really support them? I don't know. Let's see. Jamie Butterworth, who I guess is the Pontifex Maximus of the cult of Jeb Bush, is saying, Biden and Trump are turning the frogs gay. Jeb can solve everything. Anyway, but that's going to be it for today's broadcast from the CCC, the COVID capital of the country, El Paso, Texas, USA. I'm going to come back maybe later today. Probably not, though, because I want to try to get some sleep before I pull an all-nighter. But depending on how tired I am tomorrow, I might do some streaming. By the way, I've also taken some screenshots of people who have doubted my predictions, so I'm going to go ahead and shame them publicly if I'm right about my predictions tomorrow. And... but besides that, I don't know if there's going to be a live stream, but on Thursday the 5th, unless for some reason the country's on fire, we're going to continue with the New Order visual novel that also includes elements of Hearts of Iron foreplay. We're going to keep playing everybody's favorite Cinnamon Bun, I believe he's called, that being Sablin. For those of you who are not up to date, go check out my live stream playlist on my channel where you can see the... Hold on a sec. This music's too loud. where you can go see where we're up to. But basically, we have wait a minute. Yeah, yeah. So basically, what was happening last time we were playing was we had created the Far Eastern Russian Republic, and I think we were just going to be doing some internal things before we started to head west and unite the rest of Russia. So we were in a really strong, good position. Somebody was also telling me that I could somehow create an alliance with the United States. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it was true, but it's going to be interesting. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for everybody who donated, and you all have yourselves a wonderful day.